Hello again, everyone. Hope you are well on this Tuesday afternoon. We're almost on to Thanksgiving, if you can believe that. We're almost into 2026, y'all. That's wild. Share with us what you're going to make for Thanksgiving dinner, if you want to share your Thanksgiving meal, the fixings, anything out of the ordinary. I know at our house we'll have traditional stuff, but I know one thing for sure as well is Mrs. Dog will be making pumpkin cookies, and that's some good stuff, y'all. I'll try to get some of that on video, but share if you want to. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any hypes left, hit the hype. Throw it at us, y'all. Throw it at us. We just appreciate you being here, though. Land of the Zombies, y'all. Jeremiah Babe was talking a little bit about this in this video from last night. I think it was yesterday, and we chuckled, but it's true. Some of the things he was saying, and we watch him just about every video. And I've noticed this too. I've touched on it. I'm going to go into a little more. I'm going to add to it. I'm going to expand on what he said, and kind of relate it to what I'm talking about anyway, and prepping. And some other things I'm going to go over. Land of the Zombies. Land of the Zombies. Ultimately we are, first and foremost, we are believers, we are citizens of Christ. But while we're on this earth, I'm a citizen of the United States. I wish it well. I do. I wish it very well. Nothing wrong with that. It's the people. It's the people that I wear this hat for. Not the government. It's not the government. Okay. Not the politics. Land of Zombies, we have become too much of. The land of the zombies. Also, I'm going to touch on vehicle preparations. I wanted to add a few things. Vehicle preparation, the gray man, the gray mode. We'll go into that a little bit. Communications, having a plan, and just navigating this world we're living in, y'all. It's this country, this world, really. It really is something. A couple of things real quick, kind of tying in with what I talked about yesterday. People have lost it, and crime is so rampant. I think it's biblical, a part of biblical in what we're living through right now. And we could be into the last days or the beginning of the last days. I'm not a theological expert, but that's just my opinion. Georgia sheriff busted a theft ring of FedEx contract drivers. Contractors that drive for FedEx, delivering packages to homes. A theft ring. All kinds of stuff they were stealing and not delivering. And I know it's not the first time it's probably happened, but this was in Stevens County. It's in Georgia. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. Also, real quick, artificial intelligence continues to concern me, and if they don't put guardrails around this somehow, I really do have a deep concern about it. I really do. Artificial intelligence has been reported that it's doubled its capability every 7 months between the years of 2019 and 2024. Since 2024, it's doubling its capability every 4 months. So the time it takes to double its capability is shrinking. You see what I mean? So what's it going to be like just 2-3 years from now? What's life going to be like 3 to 5 years from now with all this? I haven't done a dive on it yet, but this Project Genesis mission, it's kicking off, and it's to rapidly develop artificial intelligence into the government data systems, data systems. So artificial infrastructure, data centers. Talked about that a little bit recently, haven't we? It's tied together, y'all. And again, what is life going to be like 3 to 5 years from now? Are we going to be here? Or what's it going to be like? I believe as artificial intelligence rises in capability, it appears to me that human intelligence just keeps getting dumbed down. We just getting dumber. I'm not saying me individually. I mean collectively. People out there stuff that I see, and I know y'all see it. It's just dumb. Just dumb stuff, y'all. I mean, what the heck? I mean, people, I almost out in public, I almost just don't want to smile and nod anymore, because I'm that kind of guy. I like doing that. I was brought up that way in Georgia. I still do it. And I get it back sometime. Now, depending on where I am, I don't do it. Now, you got to be situational aware now. Depending on where you're at. I still hold the door open for people. I've had it done for me a lot too. It still happens. It does still happen. Let people in traffic. Do these things. Let's don't get caught up in the dumb and dumber. The dumbing down. It's the great dumbing down. It's the land of the zombies. I'll get to the zombie part in a minute. But don't let it do that to you. Do the things that you were brought up and you do, right? Don't let it change you. Strange behaviors. People are rude. They're frazzled. They're stressed. They're in a hurry for nothing, seems like. Stressed to the max. Inconsiderate. That's a big one. Miss Dog gonna be like, yeah. Yeah. Inconsiderate. Angry. Hostile. In a crisis. Hard to go anywhere. Like I said yesterday, hard to go anywhere without seeing somebody in a crisis, seeing some stupid stuff. I mean, literally. We were at a park not long, well, that's been about within the last year. This is a park now. It was an event being held there. This poor young lady, she wasn't real young, but full-blown crisis, y'all. I felt bad for her. But without knowing the history and knowing this person, I certainly didn't want to jump in. I didn't want to help. I did, but that could be dangerous. So we kept our distance and pray. You just pray for these people. But people are rude. They're hostile. They're aggressive. More aggressive, especially on the roads. Slow in the way they move and dress and look, hygiene, personal appearance. I wouldn't go to the mailbox looking like some of these folks, y'all. I'm serious, and I'm not trying to be high and mighty and judgmental. I'm really not. I'm just a regular guy. All right? But PJs, you wear PJs out in public? Barefoot, all but barefoot, little flip-flops on and stuff. What if we had an emergency? Dirty looking. Now, after I've cut grass, I've gone down to the DG, the Dollar General, and I'll probably look dirty. But I had shoes on. I didn't have PJs on. And I was moving. Like, this is one of our things, and Dog and I, when we're, going through a parking lot or whatever, and people are walking, you yield to the people walking. And they're just like, like 1 mile, a half, probably like a quarter of a mile an hour. There's just one. I'm going to get to the store door at some point today. I mean, now, let me clarify. If there's disability, you're elderly, I got all the patience in the world. But these people are young looking, man. They look like they're in their 20s. And they are very able-bodied, okay? Let's just say. All right? There's no excuse. They're just like, and we're like, are they going to get across here today or not? We're walking across the parking lot, Miss Dog and I. We don't we don't run, but pick up the pace, man. Pick up the pace. Let's go. Get in there and get out. Get to your car. Anyway, I probably spent too much time on that. But more wrecks, more accidents. I hear sirens. I hear sirens in emergency vehicles so much more than I used to, y'all. So much more. That's a sign too, I think. Just sloppiness, way people look. Watch a video from like the 80s or 90s, especially in a mall, and then come out here and look at stuff, y'all. Wow. Wow. It's something. But I think I don't know if that's medications. I don't know if it's 2020, the thing, the thing that happened in 2019, 2020 and such, 2021. I think that has something to do with it. Things have changed even more since then, y'all. Quick thing I meant to mention yesterday, in the stores, if you got a cart, your shopping cart and all that, it's just as an awareness, self-defense. I mean, that can be used if you had to. That could be used as a barrier. Definitely. And when you're loading your vehicle, like say you go to the grocery store, loading your vehicle from the stuff from the cart to the vehicle, and if you've got another person with you, which you should, if at all possible, while one person's loading, the other person's watching, right there watching. That's what we do. Ready to defend if need be, So Land of the Zombies, y'all, is what it looks like we've become out of some movie or something. Gray Man. No, I'll get that in a second. Communications. We never know when an emergency is going to hit us, y'all. It could be a natural disaster. It can be a big power outage, internet outage, where you can't communicate with your family or your tribe or wherever it is. We use what this is called rapid radio. I wanted to show you this. It's called rapid radio. I like walkie-talkies. They work very well. You just keep them charged every now and then, and they keep it charged for quite a while. But if things go down, rapid radio is what we use. Now I don't have an affiliation. This is just what we use. In an emergency, if things go down, heaven forbid, and it could at any time, and to have kind of keep up what's going on in the outside world, maybe a radio, just old-fashioned radio, battery operated or solar or hand cranked. This is a small one. I got this from Amazon. Power Bear. It's very simple. AM FM radio. It's got a volume, it's got an off switch, it's got an antenna. It works. It's low tech, but it works, right? So to have one of these around, it's good to have. All right, good to have one around. Vehicle things that are, while I'm on gadgets and stuff, vehicle prep. Some things that I carry in my vehicle, of course, protection device. Of course, we talked about that yesterday. The tool, have that handy to where you can reach it. What else? Water. Food, a little food. I keep a protein bar usually around. Depending on the season, seasonal gear, like if it's cold, a blanket, sleeping bag, depending on where you live, of course. Lighting, like a flashlight, poncho, like I said, personal protection, a bottle of water, protein bar, knife. I have a it's in my glove box, Swiss Army knife. And then other things like lens wipes. I'm a nerd. I wear glasses. These things are great anyway, just for cell phones, stuff like that. Clean them off. Always keep a few of them. And you never know, dude wipes or something like it. Some hygiene is always good to have around. Hey, I'm a geek. We have floss. We keep floss around. Just it's good to have it. Doesn't take up that much room. Bottle opener. This could double as a self-defense tool. This thing is metal. But anyway, a good bottle opener. Hey, those are just a few things I have. Well, we keep them in both cars typically. But shoes, if you're not wearing comfortable shoes to walk in, have some sneakers or shoes. If you had to go walking, any medications that you have to have, maybe just having a little extra in the vehicle with you. So just a few things like that. I always keep. Also, I keep a charger that doesn't have cable, that doesn't have jumper cables to it. It's just a charger that I keep charged up, that I wouldn't require somebody else to jump it. I can just put it directly on there, and it's got the little things, the little clamps, and it's a charger. You just punch a button, it'll charge a dead battery or jump it. Also, a portable tire inflator is important to have too. Very, very important. Portable tire inflator. They make really nice ones now, so they don't take up much space. Gray man. A lot of people are like, what do you mean by gray man? Gray mode, gray man, gray woman. It's not a bad thing to do at times. I think, and if things were to really go down, a long-term power outage, heaven forbid, or a really big emergency, or even even if it's not an emergency, depending on where you are, sometimes it's just good to blend in. Not call attention to yourself. Don't stand out. You blend in with your environment. It's almost like you're camouflaged. Think about it that way. Not noticed so much. The clothes you wear match the area you're in, right? So if you're in the, depending if you're in the city, you might want to wear darker clothing, hoodie, whatever, a hat. If you're out in the country, hey, if you got some camo or whatever, or just blue jeans, and you just fit in. You just look like, like when in Rome, look like a Roman, sort of. Your vehicle. Have a vehicle, if you can, that's just kind of drab. It's just kind of plain, doesn't really call attention to itself. It might be gray or a dark color or white, and it's just a vehicle. It's like a Toyota Corolla or a Camry or a Honda Accord, or it's just something like that. It's just a vehicle. It's not flashy. It's not going to call attention to yourself. Jewelry. Be careful with jewelry. Depending on where you are, that's flashy. We talked about yesterday, don't flash a lot of cash or anything like that. Dress for the location. Excuse me. I heard somebody one time say this one time too. If, like in your neighborhood, power goes out, something happens, and the neighbors come out and having a little talk or whatever, or they act surprised or whatever. Wouldn't hurt to go out there and join in on that, and you kind of join in on acting like you're confused, even though or stressed out, even though you're not. You know what I mean? Like in an emergency situation, if you seem like you're different from everybody else, that draws attention. If that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. So those are just some other things that I wanted to mention as far as prepping is concerned. But be yourself. There's so much strange human behavior nowadays. Don't let it change you. Don't let it bring your standards down, right? Do unto others as you would want done to you. I'm going to go into the passage because I've probably gone on this too long. We're in Luke. It is raining. If you can't tell, getting some rain here. I'm okay with that. Luke chapter 6, verse 38, from the words of Jesus, part of the Beatitudes. Give, and it will be given to you. They will pour into your lap a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. For by your standard of measure, it will be measured to you in return. How about that? That's encouraging to me, y'all. Let's do good. Let's still be a light, y'all, to others. it's repaid back to us and more. Share your thoughts. Going into a holiday pretty soon. People are out and about. Pay attention. Be alert out there. Be safe. Stay close to Jesus. God bless you. I'll see you soon.